Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So let's talk about Daryl Dixon Season 2, Dead City Season 2, and whether or not we'll actually get them. So obviously we know that Comic-Con is in like 9 days from now, so there's going to be a lot of announcements there. There's going to be a lot of footage shown, a lot more teased as to, just I guess future projects and what's to come. The Rick and Michonne show, I just did a video on that talking about the trailer that I do think is going to be happening and my predictions for what we'll actually see, and some of the stuff that they might announce during that. So in this one here, I want to focus on the two other shows, because I do think that, Dead City I don't think Dead City is going to be heavily featured at Comic-Con because the show's ending, but I still think they're going to talk about that show quite a bit because there's, obviously the show just aired, there's a lot of amazing fan reaction to it, and the renewal of Season 2, like, is that actually going to be happening? I do think it's going to be, but obviously we still need to get that confirmation here. So before we go any further, obviously make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all my Walking Dead content building up to Comic-Con. There's gonna be a lot. And if you haven't followed me on Twitch yet, definitely go do so, because I will be streaming during the event. I will be sort of reacting to all of the news that does drop, and obviously talking with you guys and stuff in the chat. So yeah, we did that last year, which was a lot of fun. We had like almost 1,000 of you guys there. So I'm excited to see you guys again this year. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm very hyped for it. I mean, this year's Comic-Con is, again, it's in 9 days. I think it's a 2.5-hour event. I don't remember the times, but it is on July 21st, and I think it was around like 1, or maybe it was like 3 o'clock Pacific. I don't remember the exact times. It was something like that anyways. Like I'll do a video in the future updating on the times once we get closer to the event, but it was around like mid-afternoon or something like that anyways for the event. And yeah, again, like I said, it's on July 21st. Fear the Walking Dead will be featured there. I'm probably not going to do a video focused on that because there's not really a point. Like, I will do a video once, we learn some information on Fear the Walking Dead, because I'll just sort of do a Fear the Walking Dead recap of what's to come for like the last 6 episodes kind of thing, and what they tease, because there probably will be a trailer shown, a release date and all that. So I will do a video for that, but building up to it, I don't really feel like there's a point because there's not a lot of hype for that show right now, right? So, but Dead City, are we going to be getting a Season 2? I really do think so. There's been a lot of rumors that they are likely going to be filming very soon. And the reason is because of the Rick and Michonne show. Obviously, they finished filming at the end of May, early June or something like that. And that was the same crew that they used for Dead City Season 1. So I do think we're likely going to be getting a Season 2. A lot of the actors have talked about it, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Lauren Cohen actually specifically mentioned, like, she hopes that this show goes on for like many more seasons, like up to like 4 or 5 seasons or something like that. And I would love that. Honestly, like, my dream for the Walking Dead universe, and this is exactly how I want it to go. I want, like, the Rick and Michonne show, I want it to have 3 seasons. I want each season to come out every like 2 years or something. I want the Daryl Dixon show and Dead City to have 5 seasons each, just say. And then basically afterwards, there's maybe like an event or just some sort of like 1 season thing that basically reunites everybody together. It's 10 episodes, reunites everybody, like Morgan's back, like everyone is back. And then you just sort of end The Walking Dead properly. Maybe it's sort of, maybe there's more of a CRM like versus Commonwealth type of thing. And then it just sort of ends peacefully. This whole mega story that, Gimple has come up with, in connection with the comic book and all that, sort of comes to a close. Everything is over now. Everything is at peace. Maybe it ends with Rick's death or something, and we get that statue scene that we got in the comic. Like, I want something basically like that. And then you just sort of, you end it in the same way where you cut forward, 20 years. You see Judith, everyone else all grown up now. Everyone else is just much older. And then that's basically, like, that's it. And then if you want to do other stuff, other projects, maybe you take a couple of years off or something like that. And then you come back with like this Walking Dead Next Generation thing. And then you just do something else. And, if people are interested, maybe they'll tune in and check it out. But like, that's really what I want. I want a really strong, solid, like, next 4 or 5 years here of Walking Dead content, and then end it properly. Because if you go on for another, just say it's another 4 or 5 more years, like just say 5 more years, that's 2028. In total, that's like 18 years of this really crazy story. I mean, it's probably going to go on that long anyways. Like, for sure, Dead City is going to be going on that long. I want Rick and Michonne to be a part of that as well. Maybe they can't be a part of all of it because maybe, there's only 3 seasons and it's only 6 episodes per season. And that is, basically 2 more seasons spread out until 2028 or 2029 or something like that. But that's fine with me. I just want a proper conclusion. This is why I don't want 6 episodes with the Rick and Michonne show. I'm just going to say that. It's not because I want this show. I mean, first of all, if this show kept going on forever, cool, I would love that. But I just want those reunions so bad. I really do. Like, it's just something that is so important to me as a Walking Dead fan that has been watching since practically almost day one. I started watching it at the end of season 2. So, you know, it's so important to me to have everyone together. I hate that everyone is so split up right now, but obviously it makes sense for the story and it's a lot of fun. It's exciting. I like the fact that people don't know if Rick's alive and whatnot. It just creates all of this drama, this whole search for Rick Grimes and all that. And they're going to be finding him very soon, right? Like Michonne's going to be, and we're going to see him. Rick will be the center of the universe again, which is really exciting, but it's just, you want a proper conclusion here, right? And you don't want it to be just one episode where Rick just returns home to Alexandria and he sees like Maggie, Negan, you know, Daryl, Carol, and everyone else just sort of there. Like, you don't want it to be just something like that where it's a one episode thing and that's it. Like, you want them to, you know, and also Morgan, I totally forgot Morgan as well. Like, you want them to be a part of this story somehow. So I hope, honestly, I really hope that Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrera understand that. They also want to be a part of it for that sake, to end this story in a really, really amazing way. Because otherwise, there's always going to be this whole thing of like, well, Morgan, I literally imagine this, like Morgan's story ended with him going out to find Rick. Now imagine their story ends with like this happily ever after sort of vibe, and like that's basically just it. There's always going to be memes of Morgan just sort of being like, is Rick out there? Is he still searching for Rick? You know what I mean? So like, I want these proper conclusions here to end everything, because this way it's all worth it. Watching it for this many years makes it all worth it. You can go back to season 1 and 2 and you can just say, oh man, there is so much drama. Rick disappears for a while. There's this whole thing. It goes into these shows. There's all this stuff, but then we get these epic reunions. There's this big battle, and then it ends in this amazing way. Like, that's my ultimate dream. I hope we get to see it. You know, there's just always this part of me that's like, I don't know, life might get in the way. Some of the actors might not want to do it. And it's just like, that's the frustrating thing, right? And so right now, our focus is just on, will these shows get a season 2? The Daryl Dixon show, Dead City. I think Dead City for sure should get a season 2. Like, definitely. I think both shows are going to get a season 2 for sure. Dead City's ratings have been honestly really amazing. It's hard to go based off of some of the ratings, but if you just look at, you know, some of the numbers that AMC Plus is giving us and the articles that are coming out about them being like a record breaker and beating some of the records on AMC Plus that season 11 previously broke, like, that's really amazing for this show, you know? So the ratings for Dead City seem to be really amazing. It's honestly, it's really unbelievable. And then the same thing with the Daryl Dixon season 2 renewal as well. I think that's going to be coming for sure, specifically because I believe they're already filming season 2. So I think for sure we're going to get that. And I mean, we got the confirmation that Carol is going to be there. Are they going to confirm the renewal though at Comic-Con? That's the question, right? It is a little early for sure, but I think that they could renew it. It is hard to say. It's one of those things because like fans saw Carol, right? Fans saw Carol there. I believe some of the Walking Dead accounts might have even retweeted that or posted pictures of Daryl and Carol together. There was a lot of articles anyways. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but there's been a lot of talk about this. Like literally, we know that Carol's going to be a part of the show now. We saw Melissa McBride there. She's out there filming. So, and that's not a part of season 1 because season 1, I think, wrapped up a few months ago. Like it wrapped up quite a bit ago. So this is season 2, it seems like, unless they're extending season 1 for like 10 episodes or something. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a season 2 thing. And so how do they handle that? I personally think that they could just honestly ignore it. Like, I really think they probably could ignore it because people, like hardcore fans, know what they saw. They know they saw Melissa McBride there. But, you know, if they just sort of ignore it and they just talk about the Daryl show as is, you know, people are going to be like, well, I saw these things. And there's just this mystery there. There's this intrigue there. I honestly think they probably should just ignore it and then just announce season 2 once the Daryl show ends this October/November. I'll probably end in November. I personally think that's probably the smartest thing that they could do. Now, in terms of any other spinoffs and any other announcements, I don't see anything else coming out unless there's like shorts or something like that. I know there was that thing that they announced a few months ago that was called like Tales from the Walking Dead or something. It was like going to be like this little mini series type thing of like short stories. It's different from like Tales of the Walking Dead. It's I don't know. I don't know if that show is being converted into something like this. We'll have to wait and see. But like Tales of the Walking Dead, honestly, I want that show to come back for a season 2. Gimple has talked about the fact that that show was supposed to be a lot better than it actually was. Like he did say like there was supposed to be a lot more original stories there. They wanted to get into a lot more there. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know if it was a budget thing. I'm not entirely sure why they couldn't do certain things, but yeah, that's sort of what was missing from it. You know, that's exactly what fans want from shows like that. They don't want like these random stories. Like sometimes they're fine, but like, again, there's these little things where it doesn't make it fine. Like I've always said the Terry Crews episode, I thought it was a good episode, but it's like, you could have connected Terry Crews to being Jerry, who was Tyrese's neighbor, who like lived in a bunker or something like that, built himself a bunker. Like the connection was right there. If you would have made that connection there, that's amazing because this guy knows Tyrese. Imagine if Tyrese was in the episode. Like that's such an easy connection to make right there, but they never did it. And the same thing with Atlanta. Like that was so cool. They were in Atlanta. We're seeing the apocalypse go down, but it ended up being like this weird like time loop thing, right? So that's what I mean. That's the stuff that I think, like, it's just a little too weird for fans. And I think they went a little too crazy. And I think that's why the show got really bad reviews. And I hope they're not talking about a musical anymore, because I know they were for a while. And like a comedy or something like that. They're mentioning things like that. I hope they're not doing that now, because I hope that they see that it just doesn't work. But yeah, anyways, I'm definitely excited for this year's Comic-Con. So post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.